King Ahasuerus sat upon his golden throne, his eyes weary as he scanned the endless crowd of women. With a wave of his hand, he dismissed them all until Esther stepped into the light. The king froze, leaning forward in sudden awe. He placed the royal scepter in her hand, crowning her queen. Yet, Esther held a heavy secret. Her Jewish identity remained hidden, just as her cousin Mordecai had strictly instructed. Outside the palace walls, a dark shadow grew. Haman walked through the city gates with arrogant pride. Every citizen bowed low in fear, except for one. Mordecai stood still, arms crossed, his gaze unwavering. Haman's face tightened with pure rage. Driven by spite, he stormed into the throne room, whispering poison into the king's ear. He convinced the king to sign a terrible decree, a document ordering the total destruction of all Jews. The fate of a nation was sealed with a single ring. The fate of a nation was sealed with a single ring. Mordecai tore his clothes in grief, standing before the palace gate in sackcloth and ashes. When Esther read his message, her hands trembled with terror. "If I approach the king without being summoned, I risk death," she replied. But Mordecai sent a final, haunting warning. "Do not think you will escape because you are in the palace. Perhaps you were born for such a time as this." Esther took a deep breath, signaling her maids. "I will go to the king," she whispered. "And if I perish, I perish." Esther walked into the inner court, her royal robes heavy with the weight of her people. The king looked up, his expression unreadable. Esther stood frozen, waiting for life or death. Slowly, the king rose and extended his golden scepter. As she touched the tip, he asked, "What is your request?" Esther looked him in the eye, her voice steady. "Let the king and Haman come to a banquet I have prepared." At the banquet, the truth finally emerged. Esther pointed a finger at the terrified Haman. "My people are to be destroyed," she declared. The king slammed his fist in fury. Haman fell to his knees, begging, but the guards led him away to his fate. As the city gates opened to a new day, Esther stood as a savior, and her people were free.